these youngins, you just can't teach them not to drive in the left-hand lane.
He's testing out those new tires.
Anyway, me and Kelly are on our way to Farm Machinery Show. The back seat is empty because Andy decided he wanted to test out his lift kit and new tires he's got on his truck. Plus, he's staying an extra day up there. Got some buddies going to the tractor pull, so he's gonna hang out with them. So he wanted to drive himself, and
Carter's with him.
We said Carter was going, and Carter's riding with Andy. So it's just me and Kelly all alone in the peace and quiet up here. Yeah, we're not at the Expo Center yet. I just had to show y'all. Look at all that pretty snow. Unfortunately, my pretty wife doesn't like the pretty snow.
Take me back to the Caribbean.
Tell me you're at a farm show without telling me you're at a farm show. All the trucks.
What are you doing?
Well, we picked up a couple stragglers here. Got Luke and Sierra, Ruth Farms, and Kevin. And Carter and Andy actually made it up here.
These YouTubers, man.
One of my favorite places to be. All right, this is the booth where we're gonna be based most of the week. Ag Revolution. Right here in the fence booth. Turn around and wave.
Ground clear.
We're under the fence sprayer, and I mean, we thought our sprayer got up high.
This sucker gets up high.
I can walk under it without crouching or nothing. Now, this is the type of sprayer I'd like to work on underneath. It's made for tall people.
That's awesome.
They got their own version of the lift kit here. Got a hydraulic cylinder that raises everything up when you need to be in the lifted position. Oh, and the thing that I like, 4-wheel steer. I'm so jealous. I'd give anything if ours had 4-wheel steer. Be so much less crop we'd be running over. All right, first order of business we got to come over here and sit down with Salford. They're wanting to ask us about our experience with their BBI Endurance chicken litter spreader. Want to know the pluses and the minuses of it.
Awesome. Okay, so first, thank you guys for coming out here. Very much appreciate it. This is last minute. It was like amazing. Can you first introduce yourself to me?
I'm Matt Griggs, owner-operator of Griggs Farms LLC. This is my wife Kelly, this is my wife Kelly who farms right alongside me.
So you've mentioned about Salford a little bit, and you have the Endurance. Explain that unit that you guys currently have on your operation.
Well, we got one of the BBI Endurance spreaders. We're now on going in our 3rd year with it. We've been spreading manure chicken litter for probably 12, 13 years. We finally got to a point where we needed our own because finding somebody to custom spread it for us was becoming very, very difficult. So I knew we needed to make something different, and after asking around, the general consensus was BBI Salford was the way to go on litter spreaders.
Yeah, and you were saying when you guys are in harvest, you're harvesting, you have the whole line of people going behind you, and with the spreader, kind of explain that.
So in cotton harvest, Matt's in the picker, and then as soon as that is picked, I go and pick up the round bales. My dad is on the bush hog behind us, and Andy is in the spreader right behind him. Hopefully in a couple of years, maybe.
No, do not disturb on rookie. No. Totally, yeah.
Everybody needs a little rocky top in their life.
And having that platform that you guys have developed, that makes such a big difference to people that don't know anything about ag, or they can be pointed in that direction to keep that education. So I think it's so important that you guys and so many of the community of ag influencers are doing it.
Well, there's so much that, in the mainstream media, the general consensus toward mainstream agriculture is a negative perception. They're talking about mega farms and all that kind of stuff when, that's not the truth. They're trying to prevent a certain point of view. Well, We're trying to provide the other point of view, the actual point of view, the behind the scenes point of view, and just realizing how much misinformation is actually out there. But farmers typically, there's not really a voice out there for them to actually show the truth.
And I also think outside of just like educating people that might not know about ag, it also educates people in ag to think of different opportunities or different techniques that they can do in their operation, even if they're not in this specific area you are of, oh, I haven't considered chicken litter, and there is tools. And
and that's what has been the most amazing part, because when we started it was mainly to reach the non-farmers, educate them about agriculture. And then after attending trade shows like this one, I've had so many people come up to me and say, hey, I really appreciate what y'all share. I learned a little something we change on our farm, and this and that. Or just even farmers themselves can generally be a pretty isolated bunch, and you feel like you're going through bad times on your farm, you're the only one to experience it. And then to see somebody actually put it out there on video that have the same experience that you are, it makes you feel like you're not alone in all of this. You're not the only one having bad luck. And then probably the best thing that's ever happened out of it is I had somebody from some country in Africa, Kenya. He actually messaged me on YouTube saying how much they appreciated us teaching about the regenerative side, because they said that kind of information is not available. And now he's been able to take some of our principles, and they doubled the food production for their village in Kenya off of what we put. They don't have access to the equipment we got, but the principles behind it. And it's stuff like that, when I sit down at 9 o'clock at night and I got 2 hours of editing to do to put out a video, I'm like, I don't want to do this. It's stuff like that that really motivates us and keeps us going.
And then I put a 6-foot chicken, a blow-up chicken in the middle of it. And so when people drive by, they're like, oh, I totally get that. We had so many people stop and take pictures and tag us, and they understand what it is then. And for me, I know that's my favorite time of the year, even though it is a pain in the rear, and we have to go out there every night, flip it on, and tape everything back up. We're educating people who are moving from cities to Tennessee's huge.
My last question I always like to ask at the end is, actually I'm going to have two fun questions at the end. I just thought of another one as I'm trying to say. So can you describe Salford in 5 words or less?
I'll do it in 4 words or less. Well built and accurate.
There you go, well built, accurate.
All right, we're here in the inside of the AF10. They brought the AF10, not the AF11, so it's only got the single rotor. And I know it's really dark in here, y'all can't see. One thing I noticed, I believe this combine is the same width as my combine, so they narrowed up the bigger series, but it looks like the sieves are quite a bit longer. I don't think we was able to take a look from the back end inside the AF11 at Farm Progress last year. Look, Sierra can almost touch the unloading auger boot. That's the ugliest unloading auger boot I've ever seen in my entire life.
I can touch.
And that's the prettiest wife I've ever seen in my entire life.
Sucking up as usual.
Here we got Case IH Puma series. This is a 240. This is the same frame size tractor as our T7s, just one step below the Case IH Magnums. Their numbering system's a little bit different. I think this one's actually equivalent to our T7.270. Case IH numbers on the base horsepower, whereas New Holland numbers on the peak horsepower. Ours is a base 235 or 240 horsepower, so it's the same thing as our T7. It's just almost 10 years newer. New Holland bringing out all the stops this year. The new tractor they released, be able to plant your crop in 10 minutes. All right, here we are at the New Holland. I think it's a C7 10, same thing as AF10 that we looked at. They actually got the sieves lit up there. We can't get in the back because they got the chopper down, but yeah, it's definitely about the same width as my smaller combine, but the sieves are quite a bit longer. And the length of these rotors, I mean, my gosh, the length of the rotors go over half the length of the combine. I really like these risers on each side of the shaker pan there, though, to try and funnel everything towards the middle, because that's one of the problems we have on we don't have an auger bed here is if you're on a hillside, grain goes like one side or the other, and then it overloads your sieves, and you're walking it out the back. Self-leveling sieves help that some, but I really like those risers. I wonder if there's any way I can add those on my combine. Well, this right here is the first. It looked like a transformer. Serves absolutely no purpose, but I gotta say, it's pretty neat looking. Someone put a lot of time and effort into making that. Y'all know I'm hot natured. I'm about to burn up in here, but I think I found out the reason why. That sucker is putting out some heat. Here at the Kinsey booth, one of my favorite places to always stop by. Of course, I am a little biased here. I don't think they got anything new this year since they introduced the 4000 series units a couple years ago, but I always enjoy looking at the new planters. And if I ever have the opportunity to scrape enough pennies to buy one of these 616 Rs, I'll definitely be hollering at you, because putting that lift kit is going to be the very first thing I do.
Thank you very much, Matt.
Appreciate it, Steve. Oh my gosh, are my eyes deceiving me? It's a Dominator 3. Y'all know what an absolute weather fanatic I am. I've been watching Reed Timmer since he was on the Discovery Channel's Storm Chaser series back in the late 2000s. My favorite show of all time, and this is his third iteration of the Dominator. I expected to see a lot of stuff at this farm show, but the Dominator was not one of them.
How's it going?
Been watching you ever since Storm Chaser's best TV show ever made.
Thanks.
I really love y'all's new series of the RL. It's really well produced.
The producer from Storm Chasers is working with me.
Really?
Brian, yeah.
Yeah, y'all doing a fantastic job on that.
Thanks. What's your name?
Matt.
Matt?
Yeah, we're located right there around Jackson, Tennessee, between Memphis and Nashville. I always love to see when you post that you're coming up in the area.
No, I don't, because then I grab my backpack and I'm like, it reads in our town, I'm gone. You have no
I stay
idea.
in Jackson all the time.
Really?
Yeah, it's right on I-40 there.
Yeah, we live about 11 miles from there. We have a farm.
Yeah. It's
You
beautiful.
rode out
there.
the storm in Fort Myers Beach.
Yeah.
So
I was in
that's-
Pine Island, but yeah.
My parents owned there since 1971.
Whoa. Is their place okay? Or?
They just got back in.
Wow. Yeah, my second plan, if Pine Island didn't work out, was to ride it down on the causeway at Fort Myers Beach. I was going to position, just above the water and pull up the causeway, but
No.
I'm a little afraid of heights too. And I don't like
You
going
are?
on those bridges when the hurricanes are happening.
You just seem like you just, you
Well,
won't go anywhere.
the water level was so high, it wasn't that high off of the water.
Yeah,
you
no.
know?
So, and some of those bridges went down that went out to San
Yeah.
Diego.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but I know Mom and Dad were like, I'm grateful Reed was there, because we were able to see like how bad it was, and then they were able to take it without really being.
Yeah.
You mind if I get a picture with you real quick?
Oh, for sure.
I got like 14. You good? Just smile.
So what's the tornado season going to be like this year?
I think Dixie Alley's going to be big.
Dixie Alley, really?
It's already started today, Saturday.
Well, it's only like a slight risk today. Nothing real major.
they
is it?
upgraded.
Did they? I didn't.
Yeah, we were going to leave at 4 a.m. too.
Oh, man.
And the warm front came up a little bit south of the HRRR, but now it's lifting back up. But last I checked, the rain was having trouble moving out. So, but yeah, it's the story of my life, trying to figure out how to do these and chase all the time.
Oh yeah.
But he was in a lonely truck to head down there. Luke of S&S Diesel. But I don't think he knows what I do to those vehicles sometimes.
Yeah, you've been bantering in the car, haven't you?
Yeah. All the
pretty
rental car
awesome.
companies, Avis is.
I always wondered how you did that for so long and they didn't put you on a blacklist or something.
Catch me, yeah. but they did the last couple
So
years.
how often do you? So how often do you use use the Dominators now?
Often in the plains, yeah. We chased it last year as much as we could.
I
until
saw
it
you
broke
using it
down.
last year.
And then they put the new DCR in there. We were able to chase more, and then we hit the deer.
Yeah.
So we kept having bad luck.
Sounds like us, honestly.
But they got the new turbo in there and the new fuel pump, and it's running great engine-wise. So
She can hear you.
But if you're ever getting to West Tennessee and you need a driver, somebody who can follow instructions and keep their mouth shut,
that'd be awesome.
hit me up. I'd love to do
His
it.
dream was when you started doing the tours and stuff, he's like,
yeah.
please pay to do that, but it's our planting season. And
Yeah.
I'm like, ah, man.
Just come out and start chase with me sometime.
It's my dream to see a tornado in real life.
Yeah, it really is. I'm like, not me. I want it far away from me. No.
Well, good meeting you, Ray. Y'all have a
Thank
good
you
one.
so much. Yeah, it's good to meet you.
Well, guys, that was definitely a bucket list event for me. I never in my wildest dreams thought I'd come to the farm show and see re-timber and the Dominator there. Definitely a highlight. Well, I have found what we need to load litter in the spreader. That bucket is massive. I bet 4 or 5 dumps have our litter spreader filled up. That would be the Cadillac right here. I don't even really want to know what the price tag on it is though. Heck, I'd even settle for that. You got enough shoes, you don't need any more.
Oh, there's shoes. Look at these pretty boots.
Well, they are pretty, but you got plenty of boots. Oh, look at these little kids' boots, but ain't no way I'm putting $110 boots on my kids. Gonna outgrow them in 3 weeks. Oh, I'd sure love to have a little daughter to put these in though. That's the downside of being a stepdad. I didn't get my daughter till she was 7 years old, and I really missed out on that, young little girl phase. I swear, I'm gonna put a leash on Kelly. She was literally just right here, and now she's nowhere to be found. All right, we're at my favorite spot in the whole farm show. We're at the miniature farm display. And it's even bigger than it was last year. Just look at the amount of detail that's in it. They even got cotton picking area over there. All right, folks, like I said, we done made it to my most favorite part of the show, the miniature display here, and we got Chase Long and Colby Counts with us. They're actually from over there in Middle Tennessee, Lawrenceburg, and they're the ones that have actually built this display. So, guys, don't mind telling me, what all's involved? How much time you got into it? Where do you get your materials from? How did it start? Was it just kind of a hobby that grew, or what?
It's a hobby that grew. The materials are a little bit of everything, just whatever we can come up with. As far as setting it up here, we got here Monday morning and had it ready by Tuesday night for the show to open Wednesday. Just a lot of, takes a lot of work fixing things that got broke in transport. Yep. And other than that, I mean, we try to add something up here every year. This year we've added a tractor pull. And hopefully keep bringing it back. We'd love to show it off.
Yeah. Well, obviously from the crowd, it's definitely one of the more popular attractions here. So how much time have y'all got? Actually, if you had to estimate, how much time have y'all got into making this?
Can't even tell you. It's took years. I mean, years of collecting, years of building, years of it. I mean,
yeah, we was carpet farming as friends together when we was young.
We was all carpet.
Yeah, that's right.
That's back when you actually make a profit.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
for sure.
He got a train display for his birthday one year.
Yeah,
and he wasn't really into trains, so it went to a farm.
Yeah, turned into playing with tractors on the train display, and then I rebuilt it, and he'd come over to my house and play with it, and it just kept growing and growing into a big thing. So, and then this will be our ninth year at the farm show.
Yep.
So we love bringing it up here.
Yeah, farming's our background. I mean, we make a living farming, or try to. Again, try to. But yeah, that's right. But
so about a lot of this stuff that you got out here, is it? I mean, obviously the tractors and stuff you bought, but I mean, how much of this stuff did you actually have to make by hand?
There's
bunch of it.
There's a lot of the tractors that's built by hand.
Yeah.
90% of everything on here has been customized some way, some little way.
All the landscaping's 100% by hand.
All the buildings, some of the bins are handmade, or the bins have been added to. But there's 4 bins on here that's completely scratch built out of sewer pipe.
Yeah.
So it was the right size, and that's what it took to make it.
So how long does it take you to set it up and take it down at the end of the show?
Take it down, we can get it down in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Setting up's the big thing.
Probably 4, what do you think? 14?
At least 14 hours.
Yeah, something like that.
So
Y'all might have dedicated to keep on doing it, but I know it brings a lot of smiles to a lot of people's faces here.
Well, that's kind of why we still do it. So.
yeah, I mean we don't have time to still be playing with this, but it makes it worth it to bring it up here and maybe inspire a kid or adult, either one, to keep playing with toys.
Well, guys, it's great to meet y'all. Appreciate y'all taking time to do all of this.
Thank you. You too.
All right, right now we are sitting in Chronicles of Kayla's brand new tractor.
This is mine.
Is
You're in the wrong section.
I'm just getting the seat warmed up for you.
Perfect. Great. It does have heated seats, so
It's hot as it is in here. I don't need a heated seat.
I always use the heated seat.
So Kayla, tell us about your new tractor here.
So it's still a 6S 165. There's just a few changes from the one I ran over the summer to the one that's going to come home next week. She is black. She's gorgeous. She's a custom paint job. This one's going to have 2 monitors in it to better allow me to bale my hay. It's got 2 different ones, and the light package is a little bit different, making it easier to see with the bearing.
Well, I know as tired as my legs are, it's mighty comfortable in this seat.
It's a nice, when you spend all day in it, every single day, all summer long, you gotta have comfort.
If I can get Kelly to get done spraying cotton in one day, we might come up and I might bale some hay for you.
Go. Come on up, we'll have you.
I like it.
Well, you can't have this one. This one's mine. But I know where you can get one.
Yeah, I need one just a little bit bigger.
Just a little bit.
But yeah, I gotta say, Massey's got a really nice, well laid out tractor in here. Hopefully they can make inroads into West Tennessee, and you never know, maybe one year you'll see some red.
There you go.
Or some black.
Or some black.
On our farm. All right, we're just now leaving. We closed the place down. We actually had a little thing at Salford where they had adult only stuff. It's been a heck of a first day. We got our parts from Martin that we had brought up here.
We got bags.
I'd say we dominated the first day of the farm show, didn't we?
Tell everybody what happened. Matt met his idol.
That's right. I met my idol.
Dominated.
And I got to see the Dominator. We dominated today. Anyway, 2 more days to go. Now where's our truck at?
It's the first D's parking.
This parking or that?
We're getting here in record time this morning. We got a Jersey driver with us. He knows how to navigate this traffic.
Coming in with
I only
an inch.
almost killed us once.
Coming in hot.
Literally.
We did lose Andy though. Andy can't hang.
Well, guys, I haven't showed very much of the equipment here because most of my time's been like interviewing like vendors and stuff. But if y'all want to see like a good overview of all the equipment here, go check out Luke Roos' video. He just put one out last night. Well, by the time it says it'll be several days ago, but he covers a whole lot of equipment. If that's what you're looking for, I encourage you to go over his channel and watch his farm machinery show video. Y'all know how to make it to the New Holland booth. I'm not careful, Kelly gonna have me coming home with this tractor right here. It's about the size we're going to have to step up to at some point. This particular model got the front hitch on it, which Kelly really wants to be able to move those round bales of cotton so she's not having to turn around and look out the back all the time. Well, look at that pretty blue paint. And the lighting package on this tractor will be phenomenal. Got LEDs all over it. It took us a while. We finally made it over here to the west wing, what I call the dim dark dungeon. Y'all want combine parts? IHLE fabrication makes absolutely fantastic parts. In fact, they're so good that Case IH bought them out, at least for the Case IH side of parts. And like you remember last year we did our unload and auger on the combine. All of those wear liners and everything were made by IHLE, and we bought several things from them over the years, and absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, we can't order our Case IH parts directly from IHLE. We now have to go through Case IH, and I'm sure Case IH is making some profit off of it, having those parts marked up. I believe if you John Deere, though, you might still be able to buy the John Deere parts straight from IHLE, but I'll tell you what, the quality of their parts is absolutely fantastic. Especially like these grain tank liners. We put these on our combine back before Case IH bought them out, and very good install, and I mean they fit absolutely perfectly. Right here we got the transition cone for Case IH, and then the beginning of the rotor cage, and I mean look how thick this steel is. I mean super heavy duty, super long lasting wear, and probably here in another few years I'll have to put one of these babies in my combine. Thank goodness this is a piece of equipment we do not need because we don't have rocks in the soil, but this is a rock rake for, and surprisingly there's a lot of agricultural land in the U.S. that is rocky and has rocks like that the frost and stuff pushes up over the winter, then you got to deal with them in the spring, damages equipment and everything. But we got a lot of issues in West Tennessee, but thank goodness rocks is not one of them. Kelly and I have been talking, we were kind of expecting the crowd to be down this year because ain't nobody got any money. Everything's priced high, but this is the biggest crowd I've ever seen.
Bad.
Luckily over here in this hall, things are a little bit more spread out, but like the South Hall and everything, I mean, you can't hardly even move around today. You're certainly not going to get anywhere quickly. Yeah, but we was absolutely shocked by the size of the crowd. I mean, this is only Wednesday. Normally, like Friday and Saturday is the busiest days.
This is Thursday.
Yeah, this is Thursday. I can't imagine what tomorrow is going to look like because that's when everybody comes, all the FFA kids and everybody else. I tell you one thing we need is a new tool storage cabinet. It'd be nice to have an extra workbench too, but this model is $6,000. Maybe 1 year, but not this year.
Basketballs?
All right, we got Zach Hefty, Grace, and Gavin over there
That's correct.
hosting the agricultural game show here at the Acres TV booth.
All right, we got one here. What is that weed?
Looks like a relative of henbit. Carolina geranium, maybe?
You know this weed, Gavin? You got an answer right here, though, in front. Who knows it? It is not, unfortunately.
Apparently it's Creeping Charlie. We ain't got that in Tennessee. All right, we finally made it over here to Wear Parts LLC. They're stuck over here in the corner of the pavilion, and we got a lot of steps in to get over here. We finally made it over here to Eric, and if you remember from our videos last year when we were overhauling our planter, they wanted us to try out some of their disc openers on our planter, and we turned our planter into a test for last year. Now that video of showing the results of that test is coming out after this video, so I don't necessarily want to spoil the results of that test, but let me tell you, I'm very pleased so far with Wear Parts disc openers that we put on our planter. So anyway, we got Eric over here.
How you doing, Matt?
He's going to run us through some of the products. You know, they make stuff other than disc openers. You know, they got disc blades,
absolutely,
turbo blades.
Absolutely. We start over here. We got a full line of coulter blades, fertilizer coulters, notched coulter blades, depth band coulters, the directional wavies that go on like your turbo tills, turbo maxes, that kind of stuff. full line of fertilizer knives as well that we're really happy with. Just came out with this year. These actually go on the Kuhn Krause Gladiators, so for strip till.
Now, all of these parts right here, how do they compare price-wise to OEM?
In most cases, we're going to be able to save a guy a pretty good significant amount of money off the OEM price. You're in a lot of this stuff, we always try to get the highest quality for the best possible price. So we're looking, maybe 10, 15, 20% longer wear life for, maybe 5, 10, 15% less cost.
Okay.
So it's very.
I mean, all of this stuff is like your disc openers. You're going to get extended life over OEM.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
To a lower price.
We do look at price a lot, but in a lot of our products, we really try to pay attention to the fact that we want the highest caliber quality for your guys' dollar.
I got you.
Absolutely.
Well, just looking through the camera here, over your shoulder here, these spoke gauge wheels, is this part of y'all's boots or is this?
Absolutely. Nope. Otico FarmFlex is the brand of gauge wheels that we carry. They are a company out of France that we've worked with for the last 4 years. And they use a higher quality rubber. There again, we're getting extended wear life. What we like to tell guys is that you can get almost the wear life of poly, but with a rubber tire, so you don't have the compaction that you get out of a poly tire. Obviously, poly is a really good product and will outwear rubber, but this gets rubber to a little bit higher quality, closer to that quality of poly.
If you've been watching this, our grill has spoke gauge wheels on there. We actually bought them from Needham, and we absolutely love them because you don't get the mud packing up behind them. And when the gauge wheels on our planter are ready to be replaced, I'm definitely going back with a spoke. I'm definitely going back with a spoke gauge wheel. So, what else you got on this bench over here?
Sure. So over here we've got. This would be different styles of press wheels, 12-inch press wheel. This would be on John Deere. This is going to be about a 15.5, I believe. But all these are just different styles of press wheels that you can use. This can be like a closing wheel on a planter. And then this would just be like a dual ribbed. This could go on some of the Crustbuster Great Plains grain drills that are out there.
So not only do you have planter parts, you got parts that will go on grain drills too?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What about disc openers for grain drills? Do you make
Absolutely.
those?
We've got disc openers on the grain drills. We've got Sunflower, Great Plains, Landall, John Deere. Those would be the most major brands. Crustbuster as well. That's the Crustbuster grain drill blade right there. And so, yeah, we've got the full line of those. One of the new things for this year that you notice on this stand over here is actually gauge wheel arms for your John Deere planters.
Okay.
Something new that we've came out with this year. That is actually a forged gauge wheel arm, whereas most everybody in the industry uses a cast arm. A forging is a lot stronger, a lot more durable. There's another example of what we're trying to do to provide somebody with a higher quality product. And this one is at a very competitive price point for the farmer.
Okay.
That thing runs right at about $176, and that's a very competitive price with some of the other brands that are out there that guys know about.
Now, through prior experience, on our planter, we don't necessarily actually wear out the disc opener blades. Normally, before the disc wears out, we have problems with bearings, and usually it's cheaper and easier just to replace the disc opener blade rather than grinding off rivets, trying to replace the bearing and everything. Now, Eric was showing me about a new type of bearing system that they're trying to put on their disc openers. It's kind of still in the beta phase, hasn't been released yet, but hopefully it helps prevent any kind of moisture from getting into that bearing and failing it prematurely like we're seeing. So Eric, you want to show us a little bit about that?
Yep, so it's going to be similar technology to the integrated bearing hubs and the sealed bearing hubs that go on like your high-speed compact discs. And basically what that shows here, like in this cutout, you'll see that the outer race of the bearing is actually the housing itself, and that's a forged housing. It is not a cast housing, once again for extra strength. And when you have a one-piece housing and the seals that go into that,
there's no way for moisture to get into the backside of it like there is on a traditional.
No, sir. The technology that's involved in this is going to be really, really kind of great. We're into our third version of it. Going to finish up field testing this year, and hopefully by plant season 2026, it'll be released to the market. And once we get to that point, bearing failure is really going to be minimized for all farmers.
Okay. Well, I got to imagine with that kind of a complex bearing system, it's probably going to be a little bit higher price point than what your traditional ones. But if you were to get this type of bearing on your Selson blades, how much more would you?
Right now, we're looking at it's actually only going to cost probably about $6 per row, so about $3 per blade.
So you can get this, absolutely sealed bearing on the same blade that's lasted longer for an additional $3 per blade.
That's about what we're looking at, is what we've kind of figured.
Well, you can go ahead and sign me up for 23 rows as soon as they get released.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Technology keeps improving, and what we've tried to do is to always stay at the forefront, whether that's wobble testing, lope testing, just really trying to make sure that we've got the highest quality products out there for everybody. It only makes sense.
Now we're not into the tillage very much, but as you can tell, we got some other tillage. It looks like we got some ripper points.
John, these down here would be for like a John Deere laser ripper. Case IH 870, 875.
This is like the one. This is like my Case IH right here.
That's a 2500 no-till.
I actually need 6 of those. Well, no, I actually need 5 of those. So I'll give you later on.
Unique thing that makes the advantage on that for us is that you'll notice it's all a one-piece system. It's all one solid piece, and our point is actually all chromium carbide. So high wear conditions, chromium carbide obviously is the highest wearing item that you can get. Most of our competition will run a chromium carbide cap on the front of the point, but they'll run gray iron for the rest of the material. Whereas this whole point is going to be chromium carbide all the way through. You're looking at probably 3 to 5 times longer wear life. We're not just talking a significant amount. It'll increase wear life dramatically. The only downside to an all chromium carbide point is in extremely rocky conditions, rock versus chrome doesn't always finish the way that you would like to see. This last little bit here that we're really excited about, that we really like, because it's another new and upcoming thing, is a lot of the VT stuff. So Kraus accelerator blades, John Deere VT blades, Case IH VT blades, and that's really popular in a lot of areas, especially when you're in those no-till, minimum till conditions like you guys are running. One of these is some of the type of machines that some guys would run.
So if somebody's interested in this, what's the best way to buy them? A local dealer, contact y'all directly through the website?
We do. You can contact us through the website. We do have on the website a dealer locator service. We just always say, hey, take a look there, give us a call, send us an email. We do have a dealer network, and that's what we try to refer everybody back through as our dealers. So yeah, just go online to wearpartsllc.com and check it out.
All right. Well, I appreciate you giving us a rundown there.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it.
Day 3. As y'all can tell, it is freaking packed here. Never seen so many cars and trucks in one place. And we're in one of the smaller lots.
Look at that.
Kevin, man, you missed your ride right there.
I don't know who it is or where they are, but I want to find them and meet them.
Not the limo.
That is a classic.
From Jersey, too.
Nobody knows hay like Hester.
Where?
In the tire that's bigger than you, in the tire that's bigger than me.
Hey, Kelly. Calling Kelly. Cast calling Kelly. Get in there, Sierra.
Oh my God, because I'm so tall.
Look at.
So anyway, this year there really hadn't been any really big new reveals at the farm show, except for this Massey Ferguson twin chamber small square baler. Basically it's making 2 bales at once, come down each individual chute and then drop it. So theoretically, I guess double your capacity or whatever. Anyway, really neat machine, really well made. Only problem is making small square bales, and there hasn't been anything designed to gather those square bales easily, like an accumulator or the bale banded, bale bearing, that type of stuff. There's no way for anything currently that you tow behind the baler to gather them efficiently, so it's all pretty much pick up by hand right now. But I'm sure now that this has been released, there's probably manufacturers working on different attachments to go behind this. Well, we just run into another Reed celebrity here. Eric Reed, promoting his 30-inch weed and closing wheel system he uses.
The mountains wrap all around us, so.
Big Matt and Little Tractor.
Big Matt and Little Tractor.
This is now the size farming I can afford to do.
It's so little.
It actually looks nice.
Yeah, the cab's not made for big men.
No, it's not made for a big man.
Even though this might not be the Massey for me, I do think Massey Ferguson is growing on me a little bit.
Yeah.
We're making some good tractors.
Be careful getting out. Do you need some assistance?
All right, we're up here in the Massey 8S 305 cab.
Yeah.
Definitely quite a bit different than what we're used to. Got a little bit more room up here in the cab. Controls a little bit more sleek and compact. I really like this instrument rail right here.
Already included.
Look at that! Look at that nice slim hood. Fantastic visibility.
Like the amount you can see out here is pretty cool.
Sure not used to sitting in a tractor with on 30-inch spacing though.
No. It has a sunroof.
Got a sunroof.
I'll take it.
All right, Kelly. We got little kids wanting to get up down there.
And I'm a little kid. It's not fair. I am Kelly Griggs. I am the other half of Griggs Farms. And my roles are spraying, planting double crop soybeans, driving a combine when someone wants to fly a drone, pretty much everything. And then I also run the house, and yeah, I'm like the jack of all trades. That's me. I do it all, yeah.
So I'm Andy, or Andrew Akins, and I'm down the road a little bit, but I just came from a different family and just decided to help them with whatever jack of all trades things they need. So just help out wherever I can, try to learn as much as I can. So,
I would consider Andy our MVP because he's young and agile, and he can definitely do a lot of the jobs that I'm no longer able to do anymore.
So what are the biggest challenges you guys kind of face as you're making episodes and as you're farming together?
There's a lot of challenges we face. Agronomically, we're in an area that typically has pretty poor soils. Everybody grew cotton for 150 plus years, conventional till. Our soil is like sugar. Every time water hits it, it dissolves and runs off. So we have very little topsoil, and really just trying to do what we can to build up the soil and make it reliably produce crops every year. And then, other challenges, I hate to say it, but working with your spouse can be a challenge some days. So, and then of course the challenges that all of y'all as producers are facing. Times are really, really tough. Especially this year, we lost quite a bit of money last year, like I'm sure a lot of people did. I could go on and on about all the challenges we're facing.
True. I think the biggest challenge for me right now is I've gotten involved in politics, because Matt doesn't like politicking. So it's learning that, since I did not grow up in agriculture. I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, and I was a chef, and I worked for Hilton for years. So I just decided to go into ag because I guess, I'm insane. So I've gotten into politics, and my biggest thing is we are fighting a city that is constantly growing, and we cannot fight against everybody selling the land. Prices are anywhere from $15,000 to $1 million an acre. $1 million an acre where we live. So big into, fighting the city council. We try to get the word out. I'm also doing stuff with the NCGA and our state representatives, because we need to protect farmland. Concrete jungles need to stop winning, and where we're at, we're having a lot of eminent domain.
as Matt was saying, working with spouses, that would be my difficult job, like on the job. Kelly's got me spraying over here one way, and Matt's got me spraying the other way, so it's a lot of fun. Something different every day.
So that's the challenges, but what's your favorite part of farming or of creating episodes for Griggs Farms? What's your favorite, most exciting part of what you do?
going on to the social media side, we don't get to really to interact with viewers very much, except places like farm shows. And I've had quite a few people here today come up and tell me that, hey, we really enjoy watching you because we can relate to you. What you're talking about going on your farm is exactly what happened on our farm today. And, we can really be an isolated bunch and feel like all the problems that we're dealing with are only happening to us because, we're self-contained, and to be able to go home at night and watch on the TV like, hey, what happened to Matt? It happened to us today. You don't really feel like you're alone in that aspect, and that's really one of the things that gets me excited is being able to help people through our videos, whether it's teaching them about what we do and why we do, or just being relatable, letting you know you're not the only one having a hard time out there.
I guess for me, it's taken me 19 years to really be respected as his farm partner and not his farm wife, because we're in the South. It's now a different world for me because people are like, oh yeah, you're the farmer too. And that's actually gone through social media now. I'm finding more women who do what I do, and then we have kids the same age and the same stage of life. And I don't like to film as much. I kind of feel like I'm on Groundhog's Day and I repeat all the time. So I'm like, hey, I'm spraying, and then I'm done. So I like the social media aspect to meet people and realize that, we're gonna be relatable because we can relate to everyone else. People come up to us and say, oh, you guys are famous. I'm like, no, we're not. We're just like everyone else, and everybody has troubles. We just choose to share it on the social media platform.
About what you're trying to do to incorporate this regenerative ag, but what does that word mean to you, and how do you try to implement that on an everyday basis on your farm?
Personally, for me, regenerative ag means being able to leave our farm to the future better than we found it. It also means that we are changing with the times. The consumers want better food. They want better quality cotton. So for us, we have to change the way that we've been farming since the 1980s out of a jug. So we are using nature to, give the consumers what they want. They want organic, they want better, and that is exactly what we're doing. And I want to be able to leave that for our kids or whoever else wants to run our farm. And, it's a challenge every day.
Yeah, Kelly, said something I'd like to say for years. Regenerative to me means we're no longer just farming out of a jug. We're trying to use nature's processes. You look out in the woods, your forest and everything. Everything is surviving and thriving because you got so much variety. Everything is feeding off each other, and we want to try and mimic that as closely as we can in our monoculture fields. And we're only growing a row crop 4 months out of the year. Well, that leaves a full 8 months. We can do something different, get something different growing, capturing all the sunlight, pulling carbon out of the atmosphere, putting it all back into the soil to really enhance the fertility on our land, and using fewer and fewer actual synthetic products every single year, but actually, not only maintaining yield, but actually increasing yield in the long run.
So now it's a question for you guys. You're the ones in the episodes, but is there a specific moment or an episode that is your favorite or a very memorable moment?
I think ours has to be the fact that a couple weeks before we went to an auction, I cut my fingertips off on our module builder. And we ended up going to an auction, and Matt and I are like, nah, we're not gonna buy a roller picker, nope. And next thing I know, I look and my husband's got his card up. And I was like, what's going on? And he turns around and goes, oh my God, I bought it. And I was like, what? So next thing you know, that had to be my favorite one, because it was like you go there thinking, nah, I'm not buying nothing, and then turned around and we bought a roller picker, and it's actually been the best thing that has happened to our farm and to me, because now I'm a one-person job instead of 14. So that is the best thing that has happened.
I mean, all of them are memorable at some point, but probably the video that I had the most fun making was when we turned a school bus into a tow truck.
Yes.
I mean, we had it was a few years ago, when I think it was before we were actually on Acres TV, but my buddies and I had bought a bus to make a RV out of, to go riding and stuff. And anyway, my truck broke down and wouldn't have anything big enough to haul it, because that was my pulling truck. But hey, we had the school bus in the shed, and
Zach was with us then, and we had a whole lot of fun on that trip driving the school bus down to Memphis, delivering my truck and everything else.
Yeah, whose idea was that?
I think it was Zach's.
I think it was my idea.
It was a combination.
I don't really have a favorite. I was a little bit after both of their stories, but basically just all the behind the scenes footage, even the goofy scenes footage that make it. I just have a great time with all of it, really. And the behind the scenes, I mean, there's a lot more laughs and chuckles and stuff that nobody sees, and there's a lot more arguments and disagreements that nobody sees, and it's just, I like it.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
Yeah, my favorite part about editing the videos is usually when I get to endings, because you have no idea what he's going to say. Like we were planting last year, and he was sitting in the truck, and I don't remember what he was talking about. And all of a sudden, he just panned over to the mirror and he said, "Oh, look, this mirror is clearer than my future." You know, I always get. I was editing in the living room when my laptop had my headphones on. All of a sudden, I started busting out laughing, and Kelly came running in there. What is it? What is it? Yeah, it's stuff like that. But
I swear I'm gonna market his one-liners. I really am, because that's the great part about working with him, is that, you know, he is so carefree and like the easiest person to work with in the world. He's just like, okay, sure, and then busts out these lines.
And then I guess more recently, something you definitely can find on Lakers TV. You know, at heart, I'm a nerd. I love the technical stuff. And anyway, I decided I was gonna get my snowmaker back going again. I know a lot of y'all might be from up north, like, why would you want to make snow? Well, we're from Tennessee. We very rarely see it. But I knew the concept, but I wanted to prove that I could do that concept. So this winter we got my snowmaker back out. Finally found out what I did wrong, and I made like a 15-foot high mountain.
Right there.
Yeah, snow.
Yeah, we put a picture up there.
Over the course of 62 hours, and I was pretty proud of myself that the proof of concept actually worked.
So I mean, I am almost 6 foot tall, and that should show you how big that thing was. And then of course our dog Drake. The looks that people had while driving by was like, what in the world?
Like there's no snow anywhere in Crockett County except right there beside our shop, and you got a 15-foot high mountain of snow.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that, but he does it just because he can. That's exactly why he does it. So.
Yeah, I thought that was.
What about Carrie? I know you get to meet her.
She wasn't there. Yeah, she was. She sung with Cody Johnson. She was not, like, you didn't see her backstage with the common folk backstage. The common country singer. George Strait was with the common folk.
Did you got to meet him, right?
Yeah, I just talked to him. I told him how to pose for a picture.
You talked to him. You know what? You're the man. You're the man.
He knew one person I wanted to meet, George Strait.
This week, y'all got Jackson. All right, folks, last piece of equipment before we get out of here. I'm finally able to catch this spent tractor without anybody sitting up here in the cab. And let me tell you, she's a beauty, man. Just the way all of this stuff is laid out, nice view. And I believe this is probably the most comfortable seat I've sat in all show. It's a really, really comfortable cab, and let me tell you, these tractors are some hosses. I don't think any other row crop tractor offers near the hydraulic flow that these Fendt do. You know, they got really good horsepower, good weight, and from what I hear, the reliability on them is second to none. So there's a good chance you might see a green tractor on our farm, and I can pretty tell you it's not going to be a John Deere. Probably going to be a few more years down the road before we could even come close to affording something like this. Let the used market soften up a little bit, but I tell you what, when time comes to upgrade tractors and one of these is available, I'm gonna take a long, hard look at them. Well, guys, really hope y'all enjoyed this video. A little bit different than what we've done in the past, and a lot of other people do. Try to do a bunch of interviews with folks vendors we've done business with in the past, products that we use, products that we really support. Want to give you a little bit more in-depth look at all of them. But huge thanks to all the viewers that come up to us. We had quite a few come up, say hi, had some really great conversations. We always love we always love meeting y'all. And hey, come.
Okay, do it outside. Give me that stupid cooler. Oh, bless it. Oh my God.
And all the ones that messaged us saying they missed this. Well, right now, if everything works out like according to plan, we will be at the Farm Progress Show in Decatur, Illinois later this summer. Maybe we'll have a chance to run into you there. But an even bigger thanks to AGCO, Ag Revolution, for giving us the opportunity to be a part of their platform at this farm show. We really enjoyed it. Look forward to it every year. Hopefully we'll be able to continue being, hopefully we'll have the opportunity to continue being a part of their platform going forward, but big thanks to them. Well guys, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Appreciate y'all watching.
They're making us walk down.
Oh no, we're gonna make tracks for West Tennessee. See y'all in the next one. Oh shoot, I almost missed that step too.